Back again, back again. We got another installment of chapters. This time we taking things to the NO to profile the life, career, and incarceration of none other than CMurder. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to CMurder, shout out to New Orleans and that entire Louisiana. If you messing with the video, man, be sure to subscribe to the AHumbleSoul YouTube channel. But without further hesitation, chapters. Let's get into it. 100.
People on the other side misunderstand me, thinking, they hear the name CMurder, they hear my rap sheet, my records. And there's a lot of people out there that just feed off of that, like district attorneys and judges and stuff like that, that blows shit out, blows stuff out of proportion.
On March 9th, 1971, Corey Miller, better known to the world by his rap moniker CMurder, was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. C, along with his brothers Master P, Silk the Shocker, Kevin Miller, and sister Jermaine, were raised in the Cali Oak Projects.
Shit, man, I see everything go down in the Cali Oak, you heard me? Crime, niggas getting killed, drug sales, little girls turn to dope fiends quick.
Hey, this the Cali Oak Project right here, you heard me? This is CP3, all that shit y'all be hearing about on them songs and shit, this is it. Niggas, this shit here, CMurder True, Cali Oak. I represent my hood.
CMurder jumped into the rap game in the early 90s as a member of True, pretty much the foundation of No Limit Records. The rap group was originally comprised of multiple members, but was eventually reduced to solely CMurder, Master P, and Silk. After Master P, C's older brother, negotiated an 80-20 distribution deal for No Limit Records with Priority, the label began to blossom into one of the rap game's most successful empires. Master P dropped The Ice Cream Man in 1996, which would go on to be No Limit's first ever album to sell 1 million records. P doubled back in '97 with Ghetto D, which featured one of the biggest hits in music to date, Make 'Em Say In '97, True also released their double disc album, entitled True to the Game. The project went on to sell more than 2 million copies.
Alright, now this album has 22 new cuts on it. Why such a large album? Let me answer that first. Why such a large album?
We had so much on our midnight.
Yeah, bro.
More bang for the
We had a lot to say, and just felt a lot of stuff needed to come out. And he had so many songs when we finished the project, they put them all on there, you did. That's it.
So, it's like, this gonna be like the hardest street records you ever heard. We really had to tell them how we feel, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff that happened in '96, so '97 we gotta tell it how it really is. We can all feel each other because we've been through the anger and the frustration by us losing. We lost one of our other brothers to the streets, you know what I'm saying? And so by us losing our brother, we all, sometimes we feel anger, we feel frustration, and we put it in our music, and we take it to the world, and we let them know what's really going on. And I think that's what being true is all about. And that's why the last album was on Billboard for 57 weeks.
With No Limit becoming an unstoppable force that was dominating the South and carving their own lane in hip-hop, C used the momentum to release his debut album, Life or Death, in 1998. The project was littered with street tales and bass-heavy production and ended up earning him a platinum plaque. C continued to make his presence known in hip-hop, dropping his second album, Bossellini, and third project, Trapped in Crime. Trapped in Crime in particular ended up becoming C's biggest album to date, largely because of the hit Down for My Niggas. Despite the song's title, it was able to cross over. Trapped in Crime was more than CMurder's official entry to commercial success. It was his turning point as an artist, an entrepreneur, and a man. The album served as C's last release under No Limit Records, and the project officially introduced C's independent label.
All right, so you got your own label coming out. What's the name of your label? What's happening with that?
True Records. And I'm going to drop my own project on True Records. My next album, Trapped in Crime, come out February 1st.
So everybody's been telling me, even P, that everybody's getting mature now. You feel you matured as an artist and as a man yourself?
Yeah, you know, I mean, every artist should mature each year, and as far as quality of his music and quality of his level to the game, you know what I mean? So every year if you don't mature, that means that you're not really participating and doing what you're supposed to do. You ain't dedicated.
Before he could get things off the ground, unfortunately, C found himself in a wild situation that was captured on surveillance cameras. On August 14th, 2001, CMurder attempted to enter Club Rags in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, without being searched by the establishment's security. This was followed by an exchange of words between him and both the club's bouncer and its owner. They refused to let C enter the place, which led to him pulling out a gun and attempting to fire it at both men. Fortunately, the gun malfunctioned and no one was hit. C was charged with 2 counts of attempted second-degree murder for the incident and later released on bond. 2 months after the unforgettable night, C delivered his 4th album, CP3.com, a body of work inspired by the Cali Oak Projects.
It's my spot right here on Failure Day. That's where I live whenever I'm in a CP3. I ain't never left today, but let's go upstairs and just chill for a minute.
How many kids there y'all know got a project? If I could keep the word, 9 men
Let me give y'all a grand tour right quick today.
your life fools dying quicker. Murders in the heart of every killer. Take a look.
Rent, 75 a month, you know. I'll be scraping up trying to get that.
Consider me in danger because I know I'm dying soon. 25 years incarcerated.
You know, I feel safe, I feel comfortable. It's a place I just want to be, you know.
Jail trying to get paid, still on the rent.
This is where I'm from. I was born in this. You heard me? Raised here. Play basketball here. Hustle here.
Less than 3 months later, CMurder found himself in the midst of another crazy situation. On the night of January 12th, 2002, CMurder and a few members of his true entourage went to the Platinum Club in Harvey, Louisiana, located minutes away from New Orleans. 16-year-old Steve Thomas was among 200 plus other people who went to the Platinum Club that night. Thomas, in particular, was there to participate in a rap battle, and, according to reports, he was also there to meet his rap idol in the flesh, none other than CMurder. At some point during the night, Thomas, who used a fake ID to enter the club, attempted to approach CMurder. A verbal disagreement reportedly took place, and members of CMurder's entourage began to jump Thomas. Though they already had him outnumbered, someone, in the midst of the beating, decided to pull out a gun and shoot Thomas once in the chest. That someone is alleged to be CMurder. After the chaos settled, Thomas was transported to the West Jefferson Medical Center. He was pronounced dead on arrival. CMurder's name quickly began to circulate as a person of interest. The week following the shooting, C was arrested outside of the House of Blues in New Orleans, a place he had been banned from, according to reports. After he was apprehended, a warrant was issued by police that tied C to the Platinum Club shooting, and he was indicted for second-degree murder. During the case's investigation, no gun nor evidence linking CMurder to the shooting were ever recovered, and during this trial, multiple witnesses testified that they did not see the platinum-selling artist participate in the beating of Thomas or shoot the gun that took the 16-year-old's life. However, it wasn't enough to convince the jury that C wasn't responsible for the murder. In September 2003, he was convicted of fatally shooting Thomas and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, they got me down here for a second-degree murder, you know. Something I ain't doing when they tripping on me like that because of my name, my status, my character, you feel me? I feel like they've been out to get a nigga, you see what I'm saying? So they trying to get me nuts. This shit corrupt over here, I'm in Jefferson Parish. This shit corrupt as a motherfucker, you feel me? So all I gotta do now is fight to get my way up out of here, you heard me? Shit, like I went to the club trying to have a little fun, enjoy myself, see my surroundings and my fans, you hear me? So I could feel for what's going on out there and lay that gangster music. These bitches come up in and kick me and hit me up with a motherfucking whole murder charge, you heard me? So I'm fighting for my life right now. And I'm waiting for the motherfucking Supreme Court to give me a big decision right now, you heard me? So pray for it, nigga. And then if I tell y'all get this, I'm already have a decision and stuff like that, you see what I'm saying? So we'll see where it at. Nigga don't know his future hold, but nigga gotta hold on to what he's doing, you feel me? So that's it about my case, you heard me? And that's a true story.
By the time March 2006 came around, C received some amazing news. His conviction was thrown out. A decision that was made after it was discovered that prosecutors had withheld background information on 3 of his key witnesses in C's trial. CMurder was released from prison and placed under house arrest, which allowed him to reconnect with his family and resume his rap career as a free man.
Look around, man. It's free. Go in the icebox. Y'all need something to eat? You can eat. It's cool. Anybody want some cookies? Get your cookies.
Get your hand up, man.
Say, hey, BET. This Chanel, my youngest. Come here, Coco. You love daddy? Say, hey, BET. Chelsea. They won't see your room. You gonna show them your room? Y'all come check it out. I'm about to kick something in the studio, finish up on the song.
C refused to take the second chance for granted. Only a few months after he walked out of his prison cell into society, he dropped his 6th album, The True Story Continued, and in 2007, published his first novel, Death Around the Corner. Fans received one more album from the NO rap vet entitled Screaming for Vengeance before he returned to trial for allegedly shooting Steve Thomas. A month before CMurder's retrial began, Juan Flowers, one of the people CMurder was with at the Platinum Club, confessed to being the person who shot Thomas. At the time of the confession, the judge handling C's case asserted that Flowers' confession contradicted the testimony of Dwayne Wango Cobbins, formerly an artist on C's True Records imprint. Wango, who was also with C the night Steve Thomas was murdered, reportedly told law enforcement C had a gun on him at the club and that C and several other people attacked Thomas. But Wango also said he didn't witness CMurder shoot the murder weapon that claimed Thomas's life.
It's a trophy. I mean, they want to send a message out to everybody. Look, we got CMurder. We can get any black man that we want. They got me for a 2nd-degree murder, something I didn't do. You know, it hurt, you heard me, because it's like, I'm guilty for I'm innocent.
In August 2009, 3 years after his conviction had been overturned, CMurder was once again found guilty of 2nd-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Again, rapper CMurder will spend the rest of his life in jail. But will today's controversial verdict be overturned by an appeals court? WDSU News reporter Travers Mackle is live at 10 to tell us why some say yes.
Well, Chris, CMurder's family and friends say they believe this conviction will be tossed out after they appeal, but one legal analyst says not so fast. Emotions erupted as rapper CMurder's family members spilled out of the Jefferson Parish courthouse. A jury found CMurder, whose real name is Corey Miller, guilty of 2nd-degree murder for killing 16-year-old Steve Thomas at a West Bank nightclub in 2002. Miller's family cried foul after the verdict was read.
When it comes to the murder of Steve Thomas, CMurder has maintained his innocence. His brothers, Master P and Silk, have both also emphasized that it was someone in C's entourage who pulled the trigger. Lil Boosie is another person who has been vocal about CMurder's alleged wrongful conviction, which he's discussed on different media platforms over the years. During his incarceration at the Louisiana State Prison, better known as Angola, Boosie was able to develop a close bond with CMurder. The two were housed in the same dorm and worked in the prison's kitchen together. In April 2016, they released a joint album entitled Penitentiary Chances. One of the songs on the project is Dear Supreme Court, an open letter from CMurder about his case, conviction, and innocence. In 2018, there was another breakthrough in C's case. Two eyewitnesses recanted the testimonies they gave during previous trials and also admitted that they didn't actually see CMurder shoot Steve Thomas. One witness even claimed that law enforcement had threatened and pressured them to lie under oath to help convict C of the crime. Similar to Flowers' confession that he was the person responsible for Thomas's death, the recanted testimonies didn't help C too much. In January 2019, a judge ruled that CMurder did not meet the burden of proof for post-conviction relief, and C's request to have his murder conviction thrown out or for him to receive a retrial was denied. What the future holds for CMurder is unknown, but it's safe to assume he's going to continue to fight for his freedom. Yeah, man, that's this installment of Chapters. My thoughts and prayers go out to C and his family, as well as the family of Steve Thomas. Shout out to everybody tuning in. I appreciate y'all taking time to check out the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already tapped in with us. Check out our merch. Follow us on social media. You know what I'm saying? Drop a comment, hit the like button, hit the share button. You know what I'm saying? Spread the word. Also, if you want to support the platform, you can do so by sending a contribution to our Cash App, $AHumbleSoul. Until next time, I'm going to holler at y'all. Man, it's your guy, Lewis. Y'all take it easy. 100.